It is that time for my response to a tweet. And today's tweet says, gotta love him, gotta love him. It says, Trump supporters know he will mop the floor with Hillary. Victory smells like pine sol. Trump supporters know he will mop the floor with Hillary. And victory smells like pine sol. You gotta love them Trump supporters, I'm telling you. But here's my response. Your enthusiasm is intoxicating. But it's truly, your creativity truly shows that you don't understand who you're fighting. You don't know who you're against. And the thing is that you're using pine sol in a mop, but you're not understanding that you're dealing with carpet. You're not understanding you're dealing with a rug. And a mop and pine sol on a rug is totally insignificant. And you got to see what's under the rug. See, you got to understand who you're fighting. You got to understand who you're against. What's under the rug of Hillary Clinton? One, she has the media. Two, she feels entitled. The media feels she's entitled. Three, she has the president. And how the media picks our candidates. But the biggest thing that she has is your candidate. She has your candidate. See, it's not by happenstance that your candidate is being shapen the way that he's being shapen. And the sadder part about it is that he's using his own words. It's his own words. When you got all these things under the rug mixed in, you're doing your candidate a tremendous disservice. You're not helping your candidate. And see, I have a sixth sense for these things. And so every time I hear Trump speak, and every time I see your candidate, I see Hillary. People. I have a sixth sense for these things. I see Hillary. People. Because I understand what's under the rug. You guys are bringing mop material to a carpet fight. And you're going to end up soaked in the end. See, Hillary is going to use the race card. This is what Democrats do. What has your candidate done that the media can't come out and slap him with the race card? And at a minimum, they can slap him with the bigot card. But see, while you're cheerleading your candidate, everything that he says, you're not understanding who you're fighting. The media wants Donald. That's the only way Hillary can win. The only way. Because they can't paint the other ones. They can't use the race card. They can't use the bigot card. They can't use the war on women card. See, because your candidate, you should be vetting him. You should be not encouraging him to just speak out and say things the way he wants to say it. You should stop painting these things that he's saying as a strength. You should understand that your candidate just gets his mouth running, and they're going to be able to paint him as the biggest hypocrite in the history of campaign politics. Because you're not understanding what's under the rug. You're bringing pine sol and mops to a carpet fight. You're not truly understanding who Hillary is, and you're definitely not understanding the tactics of the media that your candidate continues to play in and play towards, and you keep cheerleading him on, and he doesn't see that he needs to shut his mouth. But then again, maybe he doesn't. See, I see Hillary every time Donald Trump speaks. He says the blacks, the Muslims, it's a bigot. These are bigoted words. Now, if he's a bigot or not is totally irrelevant to what the media is going to portray him to be. And all Hillary has to do is what? Be anti-Trump. Do you understand that? She doesn't have to defend Benghazi. She doesn't have to defend any of her lies. She doesn't have to defend erased servers. She doesn't have to defend those things. All she has to do is be a not Trump. See, if it was a Ben Carson, she would have to defend Benghazi. Why? Because she has death on her hands there when she's up against a person who saves lives. Donald Trump doesn't have that in his arsenal. He can point to it right now and make sure that conservatives win and Hillary loses if he would stop being so egotistical and point out the fact that Ben Carson is a person with virtues that can beat Hillary. Just because the polls say that Donald can beat Hillary and gonna beat her like a drum, guess what? He, in his words, he picks the polls that's favorable to him, and he dismisses the polls that's not. See, you as a Trump supporter, you should not let him dismiss things that's unfavorable. Why? Because he needs to get used to dealing with things that's unfavorable. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And if his weak link is not knowing how to deal with things that's unfavorable, it is your job as a Trump supporter to get him tough there. Not support him and say, Donald Trump, and then let him pick and choose the polls. When we know that it's the media that drives the polls. So why is the media allowing this to take place? So they can get him where they want him, so Hillary can beat him. And the bigger thing is this. Hillary's not going to beat him. His own words is going to make him lose. I see Hillary, people. I see Hillary. Every time Donald Trump is up there, every time he talks, I see Hillary. He's a hypocrite. He can do it, but nobody can't do it to him. He's a mess starter. And he's slick with it so that he can always say that somebody started with him. Dude, you're a 70-year-old billionaire. Stop all this, they picked a fight with me stuff. These are American people, dude. What do you think the media is going to do when it's him and Hillary? He's going to try to bring up the fight in Benghazi she didn't fight right, and then she's going to bring up the fights that he picks here in America with American citizens. While he's trying to point him over there to Benghazi and overseas, she's going to be able to show what he's doing right here in the States. To good American people. Donald Trump has never saved a life. But he picks a fight with Ben Carson, and this man has saved lives. How do you think the media is going to help Hillary paint that picture of your candidate? And see, right now, you're going to listen to what I'm saying, and you're going to call me a hater, and all these kind of things, when I'm just trying to show you this. You are going to be the reason for your candidate's demise, because you are not understanding the true fight that he's going to have to fight. Because you're so emotionally caught up on what's going on now and making America great again. And you're not helping your candidate. Stop sounding all over the place, using platitudes and little soundbite politics, campaign running, and cheerlead all these little silly things he says. And when he gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar, you don't even want to acknowledge there's a cookie jar. You guys sound just as bad as Hillary. She gets caught in her hand in the server jar and she doesn't take responsibility for it. See, here's the deal. While you guys are out smelling Pine Sol, the media and Hillary are just dancing in the streets. They could put out a poll right now that says Donald Trump can change the orbit of the earth, and you guys will believe it. And just because it sounds favorable to him, he'll tell you that. And he'll say, see, I'm great again. The polls even said, Fox News said I can change the orbit of the earth. It doesn't mean that you can do it, dude. You need to check your candidate every time. One sentence, he says somebody is stupid or whatever, and then the next sentence he says they love him. He's all over the place, and you guys are not checking him on that. He says they're stupid. They're stupid. And they love me. See, they love him. No. They love him saying stupid stuff. Don't get it twisted. And trust me, when it comes up to him and Hillary, regardless of what you think the polls are saying, don't forget the polls had Mitt Romney winning and he got his clock handed to him. How many times? Why did the one people get out of the polling business? Why? Because they were drastically wrong on this last election. The polls are not consistent enough at best. It's a false premise to hang your hat on. And you know what? Quiet is kept while you guys are running around here cheerleading everything asinine that Trump says or anything awesome that Trump says and not know the difference between awesome and asinine because they both start with an A. Hey, Trump is okay. Hey, awesome. Hey, trust me, there's a big difference. But you guys are going to be the one who helps your candidate lose because I tell you right now, the dude is a runaway freight train. He's a bull in the china shop. And there is no way that you're going to get him to understand that his rhetoric is what's going to come back to kick him in the behind. So smell all the pine saw you want. The best thing for you to do is check out Mr. Tat, listen to what I'm saying, and understand you got to get a rug doctor. Because Hillary's got something hidden under the rug that is difficult for you guys to acknowledge. You don't even understand where you're fighting. And while you're trying to get the president to say radical Islamic terrorists, guess what? You guys need to get off of the linoleum and understand it's a carpet and they're ready to carpet bomb your candidate. Hey, I'm Phil Williams, and that's my response to a tweet on The Phil Williams Show.